Last weekend, I flew to New York to attend my very first anime convention, AnimeNYC. And while I had a great time in New York, the convention was mid. To me!
That's my opinion!
It wasn't bad by any means, but it didn't live up to my expectations. Maybe there weren't enough events that I was interested in going to, or maybe I just did it wrong.
This is the piece that you cannot buy. Finding a way where you cannot see. Man with this system he cannot break.
Proper producer.
My mind it runs. All these thoughts are troubling. Fighting to give up my pain. Fighting to be on my lane. My mind.
Now, before we go forward, I had an amazing time in New York. Being the country bumpkin that I am, it was cool to see how things are in the northern part of the United States, because usually when I travel places, I'm traveling places in the south, you know, besides LA, but LA is LA. Anyways, unfortunately, I did find myself underwhelmed with the convention, and after looking into it to figure out why, I honestly think I just did it wrong. Like I said, it was my first anime convention and I literally just didn't know how things were going to work. So my friend and I, we just kind of showed up in our cosplays because we didn't know we needed to download the app to get the schedule, and us not having a schedule is exactly where we fucked up. So Friday, I landed in LA, I Ubered to my friend's place, and I realized that I forgot my camera strap. So I set out on my first New York adventure and I walked to the camera store. I stopped at a little bodega and I got me a burger, and they had like a pet cat just chilling in there. Like, apparently that's kind of normal. The people working at the post office, they was beefing. What is they fighting about? It was all types of stuff going on. At this time, my friend was still at work, so I was out wandering the streets alone with no camera strap. And I was honestly scared someone was gonna like snatch my camera and run off, because it was people everywhere. I felt like I needed to be hyper vigilant so I didn't get my camera robbed. But before long, I realized that most of them people didn't give two fucks about me. So I let my guard down and I just started to vibe. So my first little New York adventure is complete. I had to go buy a camera strap because I left mine at home and I wasn't gonna just be holding this camera every fucking where I go. Today is the first day of AnimeNYC. Me and my friends, we have 3-day passes, so I really don't know if we're going today or if we're just gonna like do it in 2 days. Cause I mean, what the fuck do we need 3 days for? To see what the fuck is in there. But right now it is like 1:45, bitch. So we still got all day cause it don't close until 10, so we may still go today. And yeah, I'm walking back. I feel like a real New Yorker, walking all over the fucking place, walking a country mile. Cause the Uber was goddamn $30 to go up the street. So here we are, outside. Later that evening, I met up with my friend Cassiana, my good sister from college. And we went to this place called Buntopia that's in Brooklyn because that's where I was staying. And it was really good. I give it a 8.5 out of 10. This is my friend Cassiana.
Hey guys!
Period. Korean fried chicken nuggets sound kind of good.
It's actually, I met a man at the bus stop. He fine as hell too.
The way you keep starting that sentence is insane. I met a man at the bus stop.
What okay you drink?
Since the fuck when? She stopped doing that. I ordered some ramen. It was good as fuck. And some spicy Korean chicken nuggets. As you can see, I don't know how to use chopsticks. I try every time I get ramen or anything Asian. I try at least a few times before I just tell them to bring me a fork. Cassiana did her thing with her chopsticks and we just chopped it up and had a good little catch-up session. On Saturday, my friend Nio and I got into our Demon Slayer bag and headed out for the convention. I went as Zenitsu and he went as Tengen, and it was a vibe. I had this cosplay from Halloween a few years ago, so I just wore it to match him. However, I did make the sandals from some old plastic flip-flops and some fabric. Today is the day where I actually started to feel New York because we rode the train and we was walking all over the place. Why did it go down again?
So this goes down for you to go to the other side.
Oh, over there.
Yeah.
Why it matter what side? Ain't it?
So
oh.
this is going to Court Square. So it's gonna take us to Manhattan. You can see yourself. Mm-hmm. Actually, this is really kind of cute. Actually beautiful. You sure you don't want me to record for you?
We're on the way to get food because I'm a hungry fat bitch.
I'm usually a hungry fat bitch too, but
this bitch is...
I'm busting at the seams, so I'm making sure I eat very light today.
Then we met up with a few people who Nio knows, and we started walking towards the convention. My favorite part about the convention was seeing all the cosplays and how good everybody's cosplays look. Everybody did such a great job. There was a bunch of vendors for people to, buy stuff. I didn't really buy anything. I knew I would spend too much money on figures that I didn't need if I came into contact with them, so I just very mindfully avoided them. There were voice actors, of course, and they were signing autographs, taking pictures. This was my first con, so I didn't know the no photos rule right off the bat, but the security quickly got me together and said, if you're not paying them people, put the camera up. I said, ooh, okay girl, moving on. Cause I'm not paying them people. Anyways, the convention was nice. Like I said, we saw a bunch of amazing cosplays. As we were leaving, I saw Tony. I don't want to butcher his last name, but y'all know Tony, who be doing them videos, them funny ass videos. We saw him, but I wasn't finna fangirl over him. I just, snuck my little video and kept it pushing. Very cute, very mindful, very demure. Now, when we left the house, Nio wore his Vans because as a New Yorker, he knew how the walking was gonna be. But me, I wanted to wear these fuck ass sandals that I made. So by the time we left, my feet were screaming. Nio was the most hospitable host ever and would ask how I was doing, and I was trying to play it cool, but
Truth is my feet hurt like a bitch. Damn, bitch, my feet hurt. Bitch, my feet hurt.
And just like that, I was over it.
Back up on my bullshit, back up.
Then there was Sunday. Today, I was wearing my Byakuya Kushiki cosplay that I've been slaving over for the past month and some change. I also put these faux locks in my head just for the cosplay. And I still didn't like the hair when it was all said and done. But by this time, we had learned about the schedule, we knew the layout of the convention, and we were ready to go. However, we still didn't want to be there all day just because there weren't many things on the schedule that we were interested in. So we planned to go a little later to catch the back half of the convention and the little after hours. Day 2 and the last day. We're both kind of over it, but
I'm so over it. If y'all can see my cosplay, you probably can't tell who I am. Well, from the neck up, you can't tell. but I couldn't commit.
And I almost didn't. Thinking the after hours ended at 7, we headed to the convention around 4:30ish. We got there at 5 and tried to walk in, and the security guard stopped us in our tracks. Child, we missed it. It was over, and we didn't even get in. But I wasn't fucked up because, like I said, my hair was pissing me off. Plus, we had already been doing other stuff in New York that morning, so it was time for pictures and to wrap this shit up. Even though we didn't get into the con on Sunday, it was still my favorite day. I got to meet one of my supporters at the con, so shout out to you if you're watching. And people were fucking with the cosplay. I was so mad at first because I thought I did all that work for nothing, but people was fucking with it, and that made me feel like it was all worth it. Niall and I went on a few more adventures before we went back to his place. We stopped by Macy's, and somebody was stealing out of there as we were leaving. But after that, we went back to the house and we just chilled for the rest of the night. We stopped by to see my friend Ad in the Macy's. Look at him. Look at the bad bitch. For real, for real, for real. They got him all over this bitch.
You know what's so funny?
This his stuff. And that was pretty much my weekend in New York and at AnimeNYC. Overall, even though the convention didn't live up to my expectations, again, that was my own fault, but I still had a great time in New York and seeing all the cosplays and just the experience as a whole. Everyone was cool. My friend Niall was the best host I could ask for. He really fed me New York in doses so I wouldn't get overstimulated. He was carrying stuff for me because I'm a frail sissy and the walking was beating my ass. And honestly, I can't wait to do it again. The right way. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, comment down below. Let me know about your experience with conventions, how they usually go for you, conventions you want to go to, anything really. And now back to the regularly scheduled program.